you had a boy and a girl, then you spent 3 acts to dream them into bed together.
I still like that story.
We must be insane. Half the world's out there doing obscene things to the other half, and we're writing a play about a man who's thinking of cheating on his wife.
People still respond to romantic comedy series, and you just have to write them differently.
Tell me something. Why did they take the running boards off cars?
I give up.
Why did they take the elegance out of everything? Everything used to be better. Food, trains, cars, newspapers, movies, books, clothing, hotels. Everything was better. Maybe it's me. Maybe I was better.
Are you depressed just because of the play?
Do you ever get the feeling you're living out of your time?
Yes, but that I always have. Until last Thursday, I wanted to be Jane Austen.
I really wish you wouldn't do that.
Do what?
Suck your teeth.
I'm trying to think of a reason for the husband's fidelity.
So am I, but your oral hygiene isn't helping much. Allison, can't you see we're working?
Sorry, darling. I just had to tell Phoebe about Timmy's report card.
Oh, this is marvelous. I knew we could do it.
Well, you're the one who deserves a gold star. Do you realize how many hours she spent tutoring Timmy? Thanks, Phoebe.
Oh, I like to keep my hand in. I better go congratulate him. Where is he?
Outside, waiting to be congratulated.
That's my boy.
Sometimes I worry about her.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. She doesn't seem to have much of a life.
Allison, she's one of the most successful writers in America. And since she's easily the cheapest, she's also one of the richest. I should have her life.
What does she do about sex?
I have no idea.
Don't you ever ask her?
Allison, we work in here. We don't have pajama parties.
Oh, I know I hear a lot about the angels of creation. But I also hear a lot of laughter coming from this room.
Are you jealous of Phoebe?
Yes, I suppose I am. I'm jealous of the ongoing love affair the two of you have at the theater. It's an obsession I can't share.
I can say that about your career in politics.
Oh, I'm not complaining, just stating a fact. Anyway, I think she should be married.
That's her choice.
Not really. She's very influenced by you.
I never interfere in Phoebe's personal life.
Oh, come on, Jason. Remember when that nice older man from Florida was taking her out? You said, in 5 years he'll be walking around with his fly zipper, and I quite pulled that killed that romance.
That was just a passing observation.
No, you always seem to be able to come up with the perfect phrase to effectively eliminate anyone who gets even slightly interested in her.
What the hell are you driving at, Allison?
Let her go, Jason.
Why the hell are we talking about Phoebe?
Because it keeps us from talking about us, I suppose.
Sorry I took so long. I already phoned. She's in town working on some PR for the latest movie. Wants to meet with us and, quote, conceptualize the thematic problems of the play, unquote.
Does she really talk like that?
She's the type of person that uses the word artist a lot.
What's she like?
Well, she's a curious combination.
Mean and dumb.
So, how are things at City Hall?
Well, I wouldn't buy any municipal bonds right now, which reminds me, I have a budget meeting in half an hour. Thanks again, Phoebe. Every working mother should have a friend like you.
I married Grace Kelly and ended up with Bella Abzug.
She's a bright woman, Jason. She needs more intellectual stimulation than writing out place settings.
You really like her, don't you?
Don't you?
I have to. She's my wife.
Well, you never cheat on her.
How do you know?
Because when you're not with her, you're with me. So, why don't you?
I'm not allowed. I believe that's one of the most important rules.
That's not good enough, Jason.
Ooh. I hate when you lapse back into that school marmishness. All right. A few years ago, I had a delicate china teapot. And then one day I dropped it, and it split right down the middle. Well, I glued it back together, and it looked as if it had never been broken. And then a few months later, for no apparent reason, suddenly, it exploded into 1,000 pieces. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, despite all appearances, it's better to keep your teapot intact.
That's sweet.
Yes, I thought you'd buy that. Do you have to play that music?
It's the perfect mood music for writing this play.
But you've been playing for 6 months. It's really getting on my nerves.
What makes the husband suddenly fall back in love with his wife?
Pity we can't use the Cinderella convention.
You mean where she takes off her glasses, lets down her hair, and he realizes how beautiful she is?
Don't laugh. Audience used to love that.
Well, you really think someone could fall in love that easily?
Of course. It even happened to me once. It was a couple years ago at the Tony Awards. I saw this beautiful woman from the back. She was wearing a blue taffeta dress and had beautiful dark brown hair that cascaded down her creamy white shoulders. And I instantly fell in love and remained that way for about 5 seconds. Then she turned around, and it was you.
Yes, well, I mean, you're right. We can't really get away with Pygmalion anymore.
Who the hell can that be?
Probably Leo Janowitz.
He's been hanging around here for 3 weeks. He doesn't have a story by now.
I thought you found him amusing.
Doesn't mean I want to adopt him.
It was green, actually.
Green?
The dress. It was from the second scene of Somewhere Every Summer. I borrowed it from wardrobe.
Might have known you wouldn't have bought it.
I know you're busy, but I just needed to check a few facts. What year did you graduate from Yale?
Look, I'd prefer that you didn't mention that I went to Yale.
A bad school?
I just don't like anything published about my background that may cause people to pigeonhole me.
I don't get it.
I think Jason means that he would rather be judged by his, work alone.
Yeah?
Have you seen any of my plays?
Nope. Read them all.
Look, there's something you should know. I'm not offended by flattery.
I don't know anything about the theater.
Then why were you given this piece to write?
This is just a fill-in assignment until I can get to my serious stuff.
Leo just got back from 2 years in Russia.
You're an expert on Russia?
Yeah, well, I speak the lingo.
How many other lingos do you speak?
A few.
Mind if I ask a question? I suspect that under that unkempt exterior, there's an educated, civilized man. Why do you go to so much trouble to cover it up with bad tailoring?
Oh, it's no trouble.
Is that all?
Just one more thing. What's your biggest regret?
That Americans can't be knighted.
Miss Craddock?
Yes. Leo, Jason could come back in at any minute.
So, he's not your father.
Well, he is in a way.
Professionally?
Well, every way. A writing collaboration is a very intimate relationship.
Intimate. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that.
Is it for the article?
Oh, no, I've finished the article. I just needed an excuse to see you.
Why?
I've got the hots for you.
Well, I'm sorry that you caught us at such a busy time.
Is it that you've never learned to accept a compliment, or do you really believe as a woman you're just the pits? I mean, every time I get personal, you change the subject.
I guess I'm just not used to such an overt response to my girlish charms.
I want you to marry me, Phoebe.
Are you serious?
Yes. What's the matter? Am I being too overt?
No, I need a moment to absorb this.
Okay. Okay.